All right, another good day, and they were chirpy, moving around pretty good, competing really well, and was a real solid practice. And I thought we got a lot done today, just as every day. There hasn't been any step backs in that in any point in time. And then we've got to continue on in the meetings this afternoon, talking about a lot of different things that we're all on the same page. Probably we'll be indoors tomorrow. We'll see, with the weather rolling through here. But it was a good day, very good day today, and was pleased to see how focused they were. Questions?
How many gifts have you gotten from the Pittsburgh Steelers in the last 10 days?
None personally. I've just heard some things, even from family and that kind of stuff. And, there's several guys on that staff that, been on staffs together with too, and a couple of players over there I've had a chance to coach, so it is what it is. We've got to go ahead and do our job. It's about how we focus to do our job. And that's just another one of the other little window dressing things that goes on out there.
Terrell, Suggs, just as long as he's done what he's been doing at the level that he's doing it at, what can you just say about it?
I tremendously respect him, not only as a player, but as a person too. And here's another guy, I don't know if you guys can remember back that far, that, people wanted to say, was he really fast enough to play, and where do you draft him and all that kind of stuff. And he plays above and beyond measurables all the time, although he's got great measurables too. But I just shake my head about people wondering whether he could play as well at the NFL level as he did in college. And he was so powerful and doing so many things. And he was on our list where I was at the time. Would love to have had the opportunity to coach a guy like that. And he set a great example there. Been there, going there so long. I think somebody said upstairs that he's going to have a chance to maybe, is it this week where he is the all-time most plays or games played by a player in Ravens history. Yeah, I think he passes Ray Lewis or something, someone said. And that doesn't come by accident. It comes by being prepared every single second of every day, staying healthy and doing your job. And he's been remarkable in his career.
I know you talked about the Ravens and how it's kind of old-fashioned football the way they're doing it. When you're facing a team like that as a defense, how do you get your mindset right to face a team that might run it at you?
People have criticized me a long time about being old-fashioned. That's okay. That's a compliment, and on being able to move throughout the years and as the game changes and how you adapt to what is actually being done with the athletes of the day, the game of the day. And they've done a very good job of adapting to how to take care of the players they're coaching, but still keep that old-fashioned demeanor about, that old-fashioned toughness about. And it's always been something that when you got ready to play the Ravens, no matter what division you were in, that was part of it. And back when I was at the Titans, and then all of a sudden playing against them, that was a part of our persona, going against each other all the time. They've continued that throughout all the process. I think John and his staff have done a great job, of getting that done.
But when you're playing teams that throw the ball 40 times a game, and then you have to switch to a team that runs it, 40 times a game, how do you make that change?
It's about defending every blade of grass, whether it's being run or being passed. It's about field position. It's about doing what you have to do on defense to play the game the way it's supposed to be, 3 downs and out. But they do a great job on taking it to the 4 downs. You'll see them do a lot of 4th down stuff because they're so powerful on the line of scrimmage. We have to be that same mindset on the line of scrimmage. And really, in the last several weeks, we've, you've seen all the different 4th downs that we've gone from. We have that confidence here, in our offensive line, and we have our confidence here in our defensive line and that kind of stuff too. So it'll be a dogfight.
Other than having this last game, of course, is there anything in these 7 weeks, Gregg, that you feel is unfinished?
We have a long ways to go as far as the maturity of the team, because this team will continue to grow. And again, there's a good young team in there, and we will continue to grow. And this is the next step in the process, and of taking every single second of every day seriously when you step inside the building, when you step inside the white lines, when you're doing your job at this level. It's an honor to be at this level, in your career and time, to be able to make a living. There's been a lot of guys that have broken the ground for us for, hundreds and 50s and 20s and 10 years ago of setting the game up the way it is, and we got to go in and finish this game strong. Okay, it's about playing every game when we step inside the white lines a certain way. And that's how this young team is learning how to do that, and I think it's gonna continue to improve as long as that mindset stays there.
Greg, it kind of went unnoticed because of the final score, but a blocked punt and a missed PAT, and this is the best special teams, at least in this division you're facing. Did you do any extra work, or what's your feeling right now, the state of the special teams?
Every second of every day, and part of the game is playing the total game chemistry. Is that when offensively you turn the ball over, defense has to step up. You know, special teams, something happens, defense has to step up. Okay, all of a sudden defensively you let something go, offense got to step up. So when you play the three folds of the game, you know, we always have to play each other. We always have to have each other's back and continue to help each other grow in that area. And then selectively, yeah, you know, we've got to, you know, we got our hands full this week. I think they're extremely well coached in the special teams. We've got to play very solid. It's been each and every week it's that way, but this week we've even more emphasized, okay, of how we have to win our battle in that one-on-one and as teams, special teams in that area, to fight for field position, to fight for, you know, points and all those things that can be caused because of a special team situation. And I think our guys understand, and I know our guys understand that, but the things that what happens, what we call sudden change or adversity, you know, we have situational awareness of what the opponent moves into if they make a big play that way, and how we've got to come and, you know, get each other's back and help rebound as a team and keep it in a winning fashion.
What has your young team evolved into? What are you now heading into the Baltimore game that maybe you were not some weeks
Well,
ago?
you know, the biggest thing is that, you know, I think that'd be something for you to ask them, but you know, winning cures a lot of ills. You know, winning, you know, promotes confidence. And I've said this before in other things on, you know, fine motor skills, you know, faster reactions, faster speed, more power. All those things can be innervated through your body, and when your mind is confident, your mind's ready to go, and your mind has no doubt that this is the direction that you have to propel yourself. And then when you see 11 guys doing that together, you know, you're doing it together as a team, and winning promotes all of that, and we have to continue to do it that way.
So building the program as everybody around here would want to do for next year, you know, how much carryover can there be if you take care of business?
You hope that it dominoes step by step by step by step, and then, you know, the how everybody fits together, and then that will be something, you know, that we'll talk about in the off season, because right now our focus has to be on the Ravens. We have to be it that way.
Fine for you guys to sort of take a player kind of off the scrap heap in a way in Rashard Perriman and have him believing.
I take a lot of pride in that. I really do. And seriously, I've taken pride in that for years and years and years, is when all of a sudden someone says, well, Greg got a chance to do that. How come they played for him and didn't play for us? And, you know, I take that personal now. But it hasn't been successful all the time. But there's been a lot of those type of people that we've had a chance to touch and help grow. And give the young man credit. He gets the credit for understanding to come in here to interview correctly. He works so hard. I think, you know, it brings a smile to my face. You asked me another question about him, because if you had seen how hard he practiced today, he shifted gears a few times out there at practice when other people maybe not have gone as fast or as hard as he is, and it caused people to go kind of to open wide eyes by, look how hard he's working today. That goes a long way. And now when your number gets called in the ball game and you produce when your number gets called, okay, everybody likes you even better and you do even more. So his teammates have accepted that too.
It's an offense that uses play action as effectively as they do. What's the key that you tell your defense as far as how to defend that, or, you know, how do you deal with it?
Play action effectiveness comes from run effectiveness. If you can't run the ball effectively, then what is play action? It's nothing, okay? Because nobody takes the fake. So in that respect you have to understand what your scheme responsibility is. Is it being coverage or run? And the people that are in coverage, it can't be this simple. It goes back to, the old days of football, all the way back in the oldest days. If you're supposed to cover somebody, stay back there and cover them. Don't let your eyes tell you a lie. And when their eyes start looking in the wrong place is when that gets caught. Their effectiveness in the run game, okay, makes you possibly put your eyes in the wrong place, and we have to overcoach. Don't put your eyes there.
Came off of that game saying that Mayfield looked like he knew pre-snap where he was going to go with the ball. It was a compliment about Mayfield's anticipation, not looking like a rookie.
All good quarterbacks do that, and he's not just the normal rookie. You're right. All good quarterbacks should have an understanding of where the ball is going to be going before the ball is snapped. And then there'll be a few times that you get caught off guard, but he has a very quick reset too. And I think you guys have seen how fast he can reset if he guessed wrong before the snap, because everybody's guessing. You don't know until the ball's snapped. We do a really good job with that defensively on causing resets or change of minds and that type of stuff. Doesn't take Baker very long to reset, to change his mind, to get on to the next thing and on to the next part of the read of the play. And that shows you how smart he is.
Just answer that. How much danger is there in sticking with your pre-snap read too hard?
Well, that's all part of being wrong at the point of attack, and sometimes you are, but then also you got to do your job well enough so that the person that's at the point of attack makes it wins, or deflects the ball out of the way, or causes it to be another second down, third down, get on to the next play.
Game you mentioned, Jannard Avery showing back up again. Did you feel like you went through a lull?
No, that was one of those things I told you guys. I was smiling. I just send messages, joking around, and he's a kid who can take a good joke. I mean, I love the young man, and it's a good thing. You couldn't be able to print every things I say to him every day. All the different ways I say things to him. And I was on him so hard today. The other players were joking behind the scenes today, about trying to pick up his slack because I was on him so hard, just joking with him too, but also, causing a little bit more focus in some ways, because he's got some very, very good skills. And then when you turn him loose, he can wreck things up really good. And I think that you'll see that possibly some people got away from doing not quite as many double things to him last week, and he was able to cause them to hurt.
As his career develops, playing more off the line of scrimmage?
The big thing is play him in the best place we can play him, and the more that he knows, the more different places he'll play. But he's pretty good at the position he's doing right now, and I think you guys have seen me morph into that package. I used to use that package a lot of other places when I had a guy like that, but didn't have a guy like that last year. So this year we do. So we've morphed into that, hybrid linebacker, defensive end, packer position that, where we really use him a lot. And that's because we adapt to the players here, not to what I like to call the players here.
What you were saying earlier about confidence prompts the question, have you done a lot of reading and studying about how the mind can affect the body? You've done all that.
That's just, that's the way that my passions too, okay? And, second time around, married a shrink, so, I give her a full-time job of trying to keep up with my mind, I guess. But that's one of my passions, to do that, and have loved to do all the extra study on those things, because it helps not only me, it helps other people. Books, everything, books and, medicine. Had a chance to also too, one of the things, if you guys ever get a chance in South LA to go to the Brain Treatment Center out there, it's a phenomenal place out there that does a lot of things with our military, and they have more records about what's going on with everybody's brains and stuff than anybody in the National Football League thought. And so had a chance to go out there and spend some time with them and do a lot of different studies with them while I was out there in my downtime. So yeah.